Hello, what's up, guys? This is Farhad Product. So this is my third video on how to build MVP products and the general MVP lifecycle. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Thanks for the views. If you like the video, like and comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out. So in previous videos, we talked about idea generation phase for MVP products, and then we did a practice on how to generate an actual idea and how to get it validated, which tools you can use, and so on. In this video, we are going to talk about the definition phase, which comes after idea generation in the MVP product lifecycle. Now, there are many ways on what you can do to define your MVP product. There are many artifacts that you can do, like business requirements documentation, software requirements documentation, or like you can call software requirement specification, and functional requirements, non-functional requirements, and so on. But since we're talking about MVP products, not general software development, I would recommend just to stick to this three things I'm going to show, because I think for developing and launching your MVP, because remember, one of the key things is to launch as fast as possible. Ideally, you want to have around 2 to 3 weeks, let's say, between the point of idea generation being finished and the product being out in the market. So that's the ideal time frame would be around 2 weeks. So you don't want to spend a lot of time on documenting stuff, on drawing these processes and so on. You want to get into development like after you have validated the idea as fast as possible. So let's talk about this. So the first thing you need to define is who is your persona. Okay, so what you need to understand, ideally, when we all build products, we as the creator of the product, we always want everybody to use it, right? We think this product can be useful to everyone. In the whether it is if it's a B2B product, you think everyone in the B2B space in the industry you're in would value this product, and this product could eventually be part of their work all the time. If it's a B2C product, you see it being used by everyone, and that's just a general idea we have when we build things. But when you do your MVP, there's only a niche of people in the market that will be using your product. So you need to define that persona. You need to understand who that persona is, like like who are you making it for? What are these people looking for? Like what are they looking for in this product? Why would they use it? Okay, ideally, maybe if the MVP is successful in 3 years, 5 years, you see everybody using it, cool. But who is going to use it on day one? Because remember, if nobody uses it on day one, probably nobody is going to use it in 3 years too. Probably that's not going to happen. Then you need to understand the characteristics of these people. Okay, if these people are freelancers, okay, what are the characteristics of freelancers? Are these people, if these people are chefs, what are the traits and characteristics of chefs? Or are these people football players? Like you have to understand these people. You have to understand what are they looking for. You have to understand what the specifics of their characteristics are. If you really understand your target niche and you understand the persona, then this will really help you on your way of building your MVP. Next thing. Next thing you need to do is your user journey map. Now, these two are actually very related. So your persona and your user journey map are two things that are very related to each other, because it is the persona you're describing that's going to go through this user journey. Some people call it customer journey map, which is also fine. I like to call it user journey map since I'm more on the side of building digital products, and in most cases I've been in, well, probably in all the cases I've been in, all the customers are users. So we don't have like offline customers. So your user journey map, you need to describe each touch point. So this action one, action two, action three is a touch point. Now, if you go to Google, or if you just do a research on how user journey maps look, how customer journey maps look, you will find kind of a different picture. And what you'll find is that the user journey map starts from exploring some product, then considering it, or sometimes it starts from the awareness and then consideration, and then it goes to purchase, and then it goes to post-purchase. Now, this can be described in many ways. You can call this stages in many ways, like depending on your case. But at its definition, all these points are actions. So when we talk about awareness of a product, this can happen in multiple ways. And for example, one of them can be email marketing. So if you remember when we talked about idea generation, I said that you should really gather emails of people who really like the idea. So you can do email marketing to them, and that's how the awareness of the product will be. So that would be, for example, in that case, that would be the one of the touch points. That would be action one, awareness, and then consideration. Okay, how would they consider it? Let's say they would probably click on some link on the email, and that would bring it to your landing page. And on your landing page, they would be reading through the product and considering it. And then there would be a purchase. So depending on what you are building, these sections can have different names. But the whole idea of the process is simple. A user gets to know the product from somewhere. They get to learn more about the product. They and they make a decision on should they make the purchase or should they look for some other products. They make the purchase, and then what happens post-purchase? So post-purchase is actually very important part of the MVP product lifecycle, because you don't want to lose users once they have made the purchase. You want to make sure there's some retention. You may want to make sure they come back. Maybe they've made the purchase, but they didn't really like the product, and that can be a very good case. So you can get to know a lot about how to make improvement on your products in that post-purchase phase. So for each of these touch points actions, there's a task list. So how does it happen? Do they open an email? Do they land on some landing page? If it's purchase, are they on a cart screen? Are they like checking out some products, payment, and so on? So this will be the task list that the user has to do. And on each phase, there's a filling. So on each phase, when the user is either reading that email or is on that landing page, is on the product page, there's a feeling that the user has, and you need to describe that feeling. You need to understand how the user will feel when they are on this page, because this will help you a lot in the design phase. This will help your designers, or if you are designing it, to understand what kind of feeling should that page give the user. And now remember, I said that this persona and user journey map are quite related, because we're talking about the feelings of that specific persona at this point. We're talking about the tasks that persona is going to do. So this, never forget about that. This is very related. And then for each phase, we need to write down improvement opportunities. So for improvement opportunities, I would suggest to use the funnel thinking methodology. So if any of you have heard of funnel thinking methodology, then you can probably skip this part, but I will quickly explain what it means. So let's just go to some free space here. I'll draw some quick lines. Let's choose the marker. So we are drawing something that looks like a funnel. Okay, my drawing skills aren't that good, as you can see, but you get the idea. So the whole idea during the funnel thinking methodology is that you put any idea you have on a whiteboard or somewhere, like you can just write down in your notes, and all these ideas will then be squeezed. So if each idea, let's say we just draw a line, this idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, and 4, and so on. So the whole point is that anything that comes to your mind as improvement opportunity, you need to write it down. From the smartest point to the most stupidest point you can make, you need to write all of it down. The whole idea is when you squeeze all of them into one, it actually you produce the most optimal idea, let's say, the optimal solution. So anything that comes to your mind, don't dismiss it out. This is never going to work and so on. Just write it down. If it doesn't work, then you're not going to do it. As simple as that. Writing it down doesn't hurt anyone. So this is the type of thinking methodology I would use if I would do if I would have to write down improvement opportunities for each phase. So I would write down anything that comes to my mind, because the reality is all these improvement opportunities, you will not be doing them in your MVP phase. This is ideas for the future, but they all need to be there for not missing something valuable. And when you launch and then you start to get to know your users, you start to track user action and so on, you will look back at these ideas and you will reflect. And quite quickly, you will see that the most valuable idea you had will be actually crossed out of the list, because that's not really what the user wants. And even if it's let's say if it's a viable improvement, it's not really giving a lot of like customer value. So that's why I would think in this funnel thinking methodology. So that's it for the user journey map. Try, well, not to spend a lot of time on it, but you should definitely dedicate some time. This is one of the key things. Then we have the feature list. So first, I would say write down all the features that you think are needed to finalize this user journey. So, okay, if you have drawn a user journey, you need to build the features, which would take you from the start of user journey to the end of the user journey, right? So write down all the features, and the way I would write it down is, again, keep it very simple. Just feature name and a short description. Feature name and a short description. Now, a lot of product owners watching this video will probably be against it, because as a product owner in my job also, we like to be very detailed. So we like to have user stories, and then we like to have the technical specification in a different, like in the same document but in a different section. This is also more related to a business system analyst role. That's something more of a business system analyst task to do. But again, we're talking about MVP products. We're talking about 2 people, maximum 3 people, trying to build something fast and launch it to market in 2 weeks, and then get some traction, and then, just the startup road everybody wants to go with. So if you're going with this road, then yeah, keep it very simple, the feature name, and just write a description on what this feature should do. So in the start, just have this feature list, and then you need to refine this feature list, because going back to the things I said in the first video, it is the 3 core key features, maybe 2, maybe 1, but in most cases not more than 3, that are bringing your first users. So that niche, that persona we were talking about, they are going to use the product because of some key features. Now, anything on top of it just adds convenience. So that's why the feature list that I would write, I would just refine it and choose the core key features, and then label the features that would probably come after that, just in my opinion, and then some features that are, it would be great to have it, but we can definitely postpone it for now. So it's kind of, if you guys have heard of Moscow prioritization, must have, should have, could have. So first is must have, then we should have, then we could have it. So if we go with this prioritization, this is how your refined feature list should look. Now, that's it for the definition phase of MVP product lifecycle. In the next video, we're going to do this in practice. So we're going to go back to our idea, which I called easy SEO, the SEO tool we're talking about, and we will go with this 3 techniques. So we will be defining the persona for the easy SEO tool. We'll be drawing out the user journey map for easy SEO, and then we'll have our feature list for easy SEO, and then we'll refine that feature list for easy SEO. And as a product owner, you kind of want to already understand the complexity of the tasks. So you kind of want to understand how complex each feature is going to be. Of course, if you're going to work with a team of developers, it's the developers doing the final estimation. But in my opinion, a product owner, prior talking to the developer, should understand the complexity of the task. So it wouldn't be an exact deadline, but they would understand that, okay, this feature can maybe take around 2 weeks, whereas this one would only take like a couple of days. So that's it on this video. Thanks everyone for watching. Wait for the next one. The next one, I think, is going to be way more interesting as we're going to do this in practice. Subscribe, like, and share if you really liked it. Thank you.